Hello. Good morning, everybody. I'm over here just already sampling food. It's 10 a.m. It's okay. It's like we're already sampling dinner. We'll wait for a second. Okay, so it is pasta night. It's Italian night, and we're going to be showing you how to do our fettuccine Alfredo. And the only reason we are showing this, for those of you that have maybe tried it, some of you might say, why are we doing this in a live video? Well, we're doing this one in a live video because we've actually had a lot of questions about it lately, and you have begged for me to show how to make it. So I'm just going to show you how to make it. But a couple of funny things happened before I get into it. I think it's super fun to do half fettuccine Alfredo. I mean, not Alfredo. Fettuccine noodles and half spinach noodles. I think it's super good. And this morning, I realized that I had never bought the spinach noodles. And my husband, I already threw away the box. My husband ran to the store this morning for me, and bless his heart, he came home and brought me the spinach fettuccine, and it wasn't. So I tried it. Don't get it. Don't get it. It was a vegetable. Let me look at what it was called again really fast because I threw away the box. He got me this Garden Delight veggie. Don't get it. Don't waste, just 1 second. Let me wash my hands. Don't waste your time on it. I think he just accidentally bought that. So totally not his fault. Hello, everybody. Yes, isn't it the best? It's the best Alfredo in the world. So like I said, bless his heart. He tried to get a spinach fettuccine, but it's okay. So I tried it, like I said, but don't get it. Don't get it. It was like a mixture of tomato, it said, and spinach, and I forgot the other. Anyways, don't get it. Don't get it, whatever you do. This is really good with just fettuccine alone. If you know that your kids will not enjoy the spinach fettuccine, then don't do it. But I like to mix it sometimes, and I wanted to make it so beautiful for you, and I didn't now this morning. It's beautiful to have half of your green on one side, and then I love to have the other, and then you mix it once you pour the Alfredo and everything. It's a beautiful presentation, and I love both. So I didn't even get to show that, but whatever. We're going to be doing and showing how to make the Alfredo, which is actually the most important part, okay? But before we start as well, thank you for saving me the money and trouble of buying that. Yes, I saved you the trouble. Do not buy it. Don't buy it. Okay, so before I start again, I want to share, this is going to be my new thing. My mom is going to be doing the live video tomorrow, and she won't be doing this. She won't be sharing the way that I do, but this is going to be my thing. I'm going to share a couple of just comments and amazing testimonies that have come into us. And then there's so much to talk about, but let me do this, and then we'll talk about a couple of things on the website and what's for sale, etc. Okay? So I wanted to read you this one. In the past couple of weeks, I have made your sloppy joes, chicken tacos, creamy spaghetti, chicken and noodles over mashed potatoes with your homemade noodles, and your bow tie pasta with cherry tomatoes and fresh basil. 2 of my kids are just about the pickiest eaters ever, but they have been eating everything. Before making more of your mom's recipes, I could only count maybe 3 or 4 things that my whole family enjoyed eating. Now I can add on 5 more. So glad I got the books. P.S. My 8-year-old son hates beans, but I added them to your chicken tacos and halved the amount of chicken. He gobbled his first taco up and asked for more. He didn't even pick the beans out. The flavor was that good. So that was a really fun one. So I wanted to share that one. And then I'm going to share one more because there's so many and I could share them for an hour and I want to get to the recipe. Okay, this is the next one. Hi, I'm a new follower and just love you guys. I have had your mom's cookbook for a year and loved the message, but never used it until you started your Instagram videos. You two have changed my life. Like many have said, I look forward to dinner time now and cooking. I have been married for 20 years and have 5 kids, so I have been at this for a while. I needed something to excite me again. I don't cringe anymore when my kids ask what's for dinner. Thank you. Also, I loved your message, and she was talking about when I was talking about not being afraid of food and enjoying it, and when, you know, that message that I've been talking about for a while. And she said, I listened to it twice. I'm 40 with a 17-year-old daughter who are both bombarded with all these eating fads. It's not how I grew up either, and I think we were all healthier, mentally too. You guys have come at a time in my life where I can hopefully teach normal cooking and eating habits. Love you guys so much, and loving all my new kitchen art. It's been so fun to be in the kitchen. Oh, these make us so happy. So thank you. And I'm going to be doing that. That is going to be my thing. I'm going to be sharing those when they come in. So thank you. And I feel like it's so fun for other people to hear it as well. Okay, so we're going to be making the Alfredo. Now this is super easy. I know that I say this. We just got a comment. I have no reason to eat out anymore. I can make pizza, breadsticks, Alfredo sauce, and it doesn't even take long. Yay! I mean, seriously, you want to know something funny? I know I've said this, but my family, there will be times where we love to eat out. That is something that we do love to do. And honestly, on our plan, we say cook 5 nights a week, take 2 nights off. That's most of the time what we do. It's nice to plan for 7 if something happens, if a kid is sick or different things like that. But honestly, we do love to eat out, and we tell you that all the time. But the beauty of it is there are just so many times where we go to new restaurants, we spend all this money because we're so excited, and honestly, half the time, we just wish we were home eating our food. Is that not hilarious? So that is amazing. Excited to watch this. I'm making it tonight with chicken. Oh, good. We have to eat out on the weekends because of sports sometimes. Oh, yeah, and I love eating out on the weekends. Okay, so with your fettuccine, you're supposed to be making the Alfredo while your pasta is cooking. But because we're doing this video, I wanted to make the pasta really quick, and I did the chicken. My grill just broke from the winter, so we will be getting a new grill. I love to grill the chicken for this on the grill. I mean, grill it on the grill, on the grill. But if you don't want to do it, and for those winter months, but it's becoming summer, I just get my pan. And if you put a little bit of olive oil and of course all our salt and our pepper, and I just cook it in the pan until it gets brown. And I just cut it into bite-sized pieces, or you can do it in the oven, like I tell you in the oven. Put some olive oil and salt and pepper and bake it in the oven as well. So either one is totally fine. But yes, if you do it on the grill, and if you do chicken tenders, I think it's even better. They cook faster on the grill. So that is super delicious. Okay, so let's now make our Alfredo. I'm going to put 1 stick. I'm going to try to... Is that better? Okay. I'm going to put 1 stick of butter. These are the half sticks. They were on a better deal when I went into my Smith's the other day, my King's. So I'm just going to put it on a low fry. So all you need is a saucepan, just like this. And we're going to have 1 stick of butter. This doesn't need to be softened. It doesn't need to be anything. This has literally come out of the fridge. But you want to completely melt your butter before you add your Alfredo. And I've had a lot of questions about the Alfredo, the cream cheese. We always buy Philadelphia cream cheese. I have on occasion just bought the Trader Joe's cream cheese, but most of the time for all of the cakes, everything, it's Philadelphia. And I'm telling you, if you buy the fat-free cream cheese, it's nasty. It is not good. and it changes the flavor and taste of everything you make. I've tried it many different times and I don't like it. So I would not, don't buy the fat-free. Don't worry about the calories in that because you're not going to be eating that much of it and it's not something you're having on a regular basis. This is a treat. So you're not having it all the time. Are the spinach noodles yummy? I've never tried but bought them for this recipe. I think they're really yummy. And like I told you in the beginning, I just got to turn this down. This cooktop goes, induction cooker goes fast. That's why I should be wearing an apron. It goes super fast. I love it. I like to do both. If you are afraid, if your kids or maybe you aren't gonna love it, then I would do half and half. And like I said, my poor husband, bless his heart, got me the wrong noodles this morning. But I was trying to show you how it would be with half and half, okay? But I think it's delicious. So to do your Alfredo, you've gotta have a whisk. I would not do it with a wooden spoon. It just needs to be a whisk because it gets the butter melted nicely and the cream cheese nicely. Okay, so our butter is now melted and you're going to add, where did my knife go? You're going to add 3 ounces of cream cheese. It doesn't need to be softened. This is straight from the fridge. It doesn't need to be sitting out, anything like that. So you're gonna add your 3 ounces of cream cheese. If you have made this recipe and it's never really turned out, I would definitely think about your cream cheese. But I know that it can work with everything, but if for some reason it's just not, but most of the time, this is just so high. Okay, so I'm just gonna whisk in the cream cheese. It's so simple. It's so simple. So I don't want this to splatter all over me. So you're just gonna get this whisked in. Did I miss a couple of questions? Tips for reheating. Nothing beats your Alfredo sauce. Honestly, I've either put it back in the microwave or I have put it back on the stove. I have done either one and I think it turns out fine. I'm gonna be making my dinner right now and I think it's gonna be totally delicious just to reheat it. In the microwave even. I think it's totally fine. I feel like it reheats nice. I think it freezes good. I feel like this Alfredo, I've had some of you say that it separates and different things like that, and that's why I wanted to show you this because that's never happened for us, ever. And like I said, it's the easiest, most delicious Alfredo. I can't even eat another Alfredo, cannot. And I know I say that, but I mean it. I mean it. My mom put a lot of work and effort into these recipes. We did not just throw out whatever, you know, we wanted you guys to have amazing, yummy recipes. Okay, so this is mixed together. Now you don't want it on too high of heat, which mine is getting on this thing. You don't want it to get on too high of heat, okay? So it's mixing. Now we're gonna add our 1 pint of heavy whipping cream, and that's another key. It's got to be heavy whipping cream. It has to be. It has to be 1 pint of heavy cream. Don't do the half and half. Just try it with the heavy whipping cream. Did I miss some other stuff? Let me see. My kids love the spinach noodles. Oh yeah, that's Kristen, and her kids love them. She says they love them. I have finally made it enough times I don't need to look at the cookbook anymore. It's the best. Oh, I know. You just get it memorized, huh? It is the best. I've told you, I love this for pizza. I love to make an Alfredo pizza. I love to have my breadsticks dipped in it. If you want to switch up your pizza nights, make our amazing breadsticks and have marinara and Alfredo. There is nothing better. Okay, so now we're gonna add our 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And yes, I do think there is a difference when you use the garlic salt in this. I do. So if you're 100% out, then do it, but I would definitely try to get the garlic powder. Okay, so at this point, It's like now I get on here and I forget. You would let this simmer. That's what I thought. So at this point, you're supposed to let this simmer for about 12 to 13 minutes while your pasta is cooking. At this point, then you add your fresh Parmesan cheese. I think that fresh Parmesan cheese is a serious must. I don't think, what just fell in there? I think it was a little thing of cheese. Yeah, it was. Okay, I just don't think the grated Parmesan in a bag is as good. I think it's really hard to melt. The Kraft Parmesan in a bag, I just feel like it's almost not real cheese, honestly. And I think that could be a problem as well. I think that's hard to melt it. A fresh Parmesan, fresh cheeses, there's nothing like it. I went to Trader Joe's this weekend to pick up a lot of my groceries. I got this amazing block of fresh, amazing Parmesan cheese. This was $5.17. If you were to buy this, yes, at your Smith's or a grocery store like that, it's going to be way more. The best places to buy your fresh cheeses are Trader Joe's or Costco. I think they are the cheapest, the best. And I love every cheese from Trader Joe's. It's so fresh and just good. But $5 for, I mean, this is gonna, I just grated a half a cup and this is gonna last me for a while. And if you know that you're not gonna reuse your cheese soon, I hope you know that you can freeze your cheese. Just put it in a plastic baggie, a little Ziploc baggie, and freeze your cheese and pull it out until you know that you're gonna use it again. So that's the beauty of that. Okay, so this should be simmering for about 12 minutes, but we're not going to. We're going to speed it up. I'm just gonna turn it up on a little bit of a higher heat now. Do you see how this is not separating at all? It's not separating. Now, when it is a dipping sauce, I have explained, and I do think that it tells you in one of the recipes, if you add about a tablespoon, of flour, and you whisk that in, it will make it a little thicker if you want that for a dipping sauce. So that's something to definitely put a note on your Alfredo recipe. If you want it to be thicker, for a dipping. Okay, the spinach noodles, Alfredo chicken, steamed broccoli, and garlic breadsticks, my kids' favorite meal. Yum! I know, me too. I'm drooling. Oh man. Do you use half of the cream cheese block? You use 3 tablespoons, so that's close to half. It's about, it's 8. So you can freeze cream cheese. I just don't think that the texture comes out. I think when you unthaw cream cheese, I don't think it comes out super great, but you can freeze that too. So yes. I love this Alfredo sauce. My entire family loves it. My son requests it all the time. It's the best. So remember, make a note though. Okay, and then I wanted to share this. You know how your noodles start sticking a little bit? You need to be saving, I always save some pasta water for if your noodles are gonna be sitting out, and then you can always use a little bit of olive oil, but the pasta water is really great because then it's not gonna always have that taste of olive oil as well. So glad I got your books. Just received them last week. I think it meant receive. And I have been using the recipes. I am so glad. Do the spinach noodles taste very spinachy? I'm afraid to try it. They definitely have a different flavor, but no, I don't think they're too spinachy. I really don't. And if you're too afraid to try it, you don't need to, but try half and half. I think if you did half and half, you would love it instead of just going full force to just spinach. Okay? Love Trader Joe's and Costco. Me too. I agree with your shredded cheese. It doesn't melt well, and when it does, it clumps more often. It does. So fresh cheese, you guys. It makes a world of a difference. So we're just gonna speed this up. We're gonna put a half a cup of our fresh Parmesan. Okay. Ooh. And like I said, the whisk is the best. It's the best to do it with this recipe. Then you're going to add, so you're just gonna make sure this melts. Keep this on low. That is another important thing. Don't turn it up too high to melt the butter faster, the cream cheese faster, none of that. If you've got it at a low temperature, it tells you at one point to bring to a boil and then bring it back down. Keep it at a low. Keep it at a low. That is a key. So I've turned this up a little bit, but I don't really know that I think this is totally fine. But keep it at a low. But look, it's not separating. I've had some of you show that it's separated. I don't know what's going on. So that's why I wanted to show it. Add a little bit of fresh ground black pepper and our French salt. You can use either one. I'm going to be using the finishing salt. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to explain about our salt and a couple of things, because the live video is the best place. How do you store your fresh cheese? So if I store it, I'm keeping it in the fridge. And I will either put it in a Ziploc baggie too, like this. I will just put it in something like this, my little Ziploc, or I will get plastic wrap and I will do that as well. But same thing if you want to freeze it. It's the same thing. But I know I'll be using this, so I'm not going to freeze it. I'm just saying if you're not going to be using it, it's a good thing to freeze it. Hello, Callie. Alfredo is my favorite pasta. If it's your favorite, this will be your absolute favorite, promise. So we're just making sure the cheese is now getting melted. I'm just gonna turn it up a little more. It's as simple as that. Are there any questions? 3 ounces of cream cheese, not tablespoons. Yes, it's 3 ounces. 3 ounces. Yes, 3 ounces. And sometimes I do a couple of tablespoons. Maybe you've heard me say that. Sometimes I don't always do the 3 ounces. There's two different, there are Alfredo sauces in both of the cookbooks. The second book has the fettuccine with the grilled chicken in it. And then in the first book, it has that. Sometimes I don't always do the 3 ounces of cream cheese, but yeah, most of the time I do. What are you making? I am making Alfredo. I am making Alfredo, the best Alfredo in the entire world. So it's as simple as that. Are there any other questions? And then I'll show you. I'll pour it on the pasta. It's super great. It's super great. Like I said, if you don't have time or a grill like me today to grill your chicken outside, I just did bite-sized pieces. I cooked them until they were brown enough. They're gonna be delicious. Okay, so this is looking melted. The key is you keep it on a lower heat and you whisk it in. The whisk is the best thing for this. Now, when you give it time, I'm gonna just turn it off for a minute. Because when you give it time to simmer, it thickens up. And because we've speeded it up so much, I'm gonna let it sit for just a second while I explain a couple of things, and then I'll pour it on the pasta and it's really yummy. Did you season your chicken when you cooked it in the pan? Yeah, so you put a little bit of olive oil and our French salt and ground black pepper, and that's it. And you can use the gray salt as well. I want to explain too more things. The gray salt is in the bag, so let me grab this. So these are the salts that I know that you keep hearing us talk about, but sorry, we're never going to stop talking about them. We get new people all the time and they don't understand it. So we just got both of these salts. The Salt Farm trip is back on. I feel like every time I say it out loud, it's then cursed because I'm not supposed to say things before it happens. But it's back on. We're going to be going and showing this, so it's going to be super fun. But we now have these, and we're going to be selling them on our website. We have had a little bit of an issue figuring out the weight and how much it's going to cost to ship. So it's been a little bit of a problem. Our aprons are done, literally ready to ship. It's just we have one more thing to figure out, and we think it's figured out by tonight. So we wanted to be able to make it If you want to add the salt with the apron, we had to figure out our shipping and we had to figure out a different box. These things take time. And so my mom and I were just like, we're selling salt, we're selling the aprons. And then the men in the background want to scream because we aren't prepared. We don't have we're not thinking of the shipping and all the other details that go into it. I'm not thinking about the website. I'm not thinking about all these things. So the men get upset with us because when my mom and I love something, we can't stop screaming about it. We're like, get the salt, get the apron. But we weren't ready for it. So I don't want to jinx it, but I really think it's going to be done tonight. And you will be able to order the salt and the apron and what else? Our Kamut is not close yet, so that's not a part of that yet. But this stuff and the books and the apron, these are heavy items. Our aprons, not our aprons, those are light. Our books and our salt is heavy items, so it's been a little bit difficult to figure out. So it's coming. If you have not tried this salt, it's amazing. I get this question nonstop. So we have a highlight on our page, but I need to be better. I need to be better at talking about this. This is a wet salt. Don't be afraid. Yes, it's wet. To store it, you don't need to put it in the fridge. You keep it in your pantry. You just roll it up after you've opened it. You could put it in a baggie. I even use these clips. Sorry, I go away from camera. Oh, sorry, I go away from camera a lot. Or I will use these clips and I just clip it down like this. So it's fine either way that you do it. This can dry out. This can stay wet in our cute little airtight container from World Market that says salt on it. How to die for is this? We need to find something like this. You can keep it in your mortar and pestle and you can grind it up if you don't like the chunks. It's literally all up to you. It's just different ways, but it's the best salt and it's life-changing. And we have it. We are going to sell it. Anyways, we're getting close. Sorry, I get super excited. Did I miss something? Oh, I always get that salt from World Market. Okay, well, the World Market, just so you know, is actually selling out of it. So this is actually going to be good too because a lot of them don't even have it as much anymore. And so, yes, so you're going to want to be getting this from us. Salt. Okay. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, that's so nice. Get this salt. Oh, you're so funny. Oh, gosh, you guys. Okay. Try the Yes, but there's a problem with that. Talking about the flat rate boxes, there's a huge problem with that. You think it's so simple. I will explain all of it on Friday after we get the shipping up, but just know that we're trying to give you the best price at everything. We promise. We're not trying to do anything. We're not trying to upsell. And the shipping we're trying to get at the price that it costs. It's not what we're charging. It's what they're charging. So we're trying to figure it out. It surprised me that it was wet. Yes, it is a sea salt. So it is going to be wet, but that's totally fine. Don't be afraid of it. Use a teaspoon per teaspoon. I put it in a little crock and kept it on my stove. Is that okay? Yes, that's totally fine. Do you see how I have like a little baking station right here? I love to keep something right by where my stove is because that's where you need everything accessible to you while you're cooking. So I have some that's in this. And then the finishing salt, this is just a more finer salt and it's the finest salt. And that's why it's more expensive. It's because it's the top layer. And I can't wait to go to the salt farm and show you and we talk and show how it's grown and everything. It's gonna be unbelievable. Is the salt going to sell out fast on your website? I don't think so. I mean, I hope, but I don't think so. We got a lot of salt, so it's going to be totally fine. It's going to be fine. Also, we have more hot pads that are up there. Those constantly are selling out, and I haven't had one complaint. So if you want another hot pad, we have 50 more on the website right now. So if you want to get more hot pads, and how long does the salt last in the bag? A long time. Long time. You mean once you've opened it? Long time. Long time. If you don't open it, I think the shelf life is still like 2 years. I believe. My mom knows better than me. It lasts a long time. So don't worry about that. Lasts a long time. What are the differences between the salts? Okay, so what I was saying is that this is just a bottom layer and this is a top layer. This is more chunks and this is just way finer. So you can either, I have some people that literally are now only using this one because they don't like the chunks. Even though I said that you can make it finer, you can put it in a salt grinder, all those kinds of things. I have some of you that are only using this, teaspoon for teaspoon. It's just a finer salt. And when I mean finer, I mean like it's not as chunky. It's just way finer. And it's the cream of the crop salt. This is like liquid gold, but it's not liquid gold, but you know what I mean. This is like gold. This is unbelievable salt. So those are the difference. Salt Farm, never heard of such a thing. It's in France. This salt is from France. So we are going and we're going to show it and talk about it. And I am so excited. And should the gray salt be kept in an airtight container and not in the bag to keep it from drying out? It shockingly will not dry out in this bag. It won't, but you can have it in both. Like I said, this will keep it from not drying out, the airtight container, and I have it in a mortar. It doesn't matter. When my mom's been using this salt for about 3 years. When she went over to California to talk to the salt guys from this company, they were telling her then that it should be an airtight container. So that's when we then said, get an airtight container. But honestly, I do both. So it's definitely up to you. I know that probably doesn't make sense, but it really is up to you. And it doesn't have to stay wet. It's not like it's bad if it doesn't stay wet. So I just want you to know that you can do both. Is the finishing salt chunky like the gray salt? No, it's not chunky at all. It's finer, yes, so it's not chunky. But you still definitely taste it, which is amazing, and that's what's so good about it. This is good for you. This is all natural, good. It gives the most amazing flavor. I've got a friend in Europe right now, and she said that she tasted the salt. She could taste it on one of the restaurants she went to. So it's just amazing. This is all the Italians and the French are using. Well, the French. Can you freeze the mozzarella cheese slices that you get from Costco? They're on sale right now at Costco, and I'm considering, yes, you can. I freeze it all the time. Yes. And I did see that they were on sale too. Buy it. Freeze it. Okay, our Alfredo is done. So I'm going to add, was that good? Did we answer the questions? And then don't forget to get your fun apron, and we'll have like a hashtag or something fun like Food Nanny in our aprons, and send pictures of us at cooking in your cute aprons. We love seeing all your cute faces. All you women are so beautiful out there. Don't forget to enter our giveaway for Mother's Day. And I hope one of you amazing moms out there wins our giveaway. And you'll be getting the apron, the salt, and our amazing 2 cookbooks. So make sure to enter our giveaway. So that is going to be really fun as well. For Mother's Day, on the meal plan, we put a soup. But my mom did show you how to do lamb chops, and that would be an amazing Mother's Day dinner. So if you want to do the lamb chops and you don't have the cookbooks and want the recipe, DM me and I will give you the lamb chop recipe if you wanted to do that for Mother's Day. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing a live showing our macadamia nut pancakes. My mom's gonna be doing that. They remind us of Hawaii. They're a homemade coconut syrup. You guys, it's so delicious. I'm gonna hurry and show you this. That would be an amazing Mother's Day brunch. That's all I know. If my husband made that for me, I would be happy. Okay. I love to serve pasta. So if you were to serve this, if you were to serve this to your family, I have a big pasta bowl like this, and I think it's fun to take it to the plate. Add more salt and pepper once you put it. Oh, and then we almost forgot the chicken. Hello. So then you're gonna just add the chicken at the end. And I think it's best when your chicken has stayed hot because your Alfredo's gonna be hot and the chicken's hot and it's so good. So just mix in the chicken, just like this. I love to serve it at the table in a big bowl like this and then have your bowls out like this, have your table set nice, and then everybody can just come and enjoy. So we're just gonna, and you can even put more salt and pepper if you want on your personal too. You wanna put a little Parmesan cheese? Should we put a little Parmesan on top? I'm all over the place. I put my cheese away showing you the cheese. Put a little Parmesan on top. Let me grab a fork. Oh, you guys, it's the best Alfredo in the world. It's so good. I hope all of you that have been having problems that you figure it out. Did you see that it didn't separate? Keep it at a low heat. Try changing your cream cheese. Try to really put heavy whipping cream. It's so delicious. It's not even doing it justice in that picture. Okay, where did you find those cute? These are actually from Sur La Table, and we've had them forever, and I love them. Go to Sur La Table or something. I need to find new ones, but we can't stop using these. It's the best. What book is the recipe in? It's actually in both cookbooks. In book number 2, it just shows you how to grill with the chicken. It's in both. How can I get, missed it. How can I get it fettuccine? Oh no, what did you miss? I'm a dog mom. Does that still count? Well, yes, that still counts. If you put the coarse salt in a grinder, it is not basically the same as buying is it basically? Yes, but no. Yes, but no. I have the gray in a salt. I'm sorry I go away from camera so much. It's very close. It's very close to the same. Yes. It's very close and it comes out just as fine. Yes. But I'm telling you, the flavor and everything, you can just tell that this is a finer salt. But yes, it is more expensive. So if you just want to buy this for all purposes, it's totally up to you. It is doing the same thing, creating it finer, but there is a better taste with this one. Okay. Can you say the ingredients really fast for the Alfredo? Okay, so it's a stick of butter, 3 ounces of cream cheese, 1 pint heavy whipping cream, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and a 1/2 cup of fresh Parmesan cheese, salt, and pepper. And I'll post the recipe. I'll post the recipe right after this, okay? I am always curious, when you do these live, do you just save it for dinner that night? Dinner made before noon? Score. I know, and I'm already eating it. I want to eat it. Yeah, I'm gonna save it for dinner. I'm gonna reheat it. All of these things, that's why I've told a lot of you, if you know that you've got a crazy busy day, do exactly what I'm doing. Act like you're preparing for a live video. because you'll be prepared. You'll be prepared. A lot of these can be reheated. And I feel like this fettuccine, this Alfredo reheats really nicely. Anyways, we've gone over. Love you guys. Hope you try it out. I'm going to post the recipe and we will talk more. I will see you on Friday, but my mom will see you tomorrow. So don't forget to watch the macadamia nut pancakes. I will post the recipe out of book number 2. Love everybody. Try it out. Have a fabulous, wonderful day. Recipe says 4 to 6 servings. Do you portion control that way? You know what? Yes. This calls for 1 pound of fettuccine. So this is a lot of pasta. I honestly, this would probably be close to my portion. I don't think this is too much. I think this would probably be about my portion and I would be done. Serve this with something green and healthy. Really, you guys, with the portion size, it can be so different because our body types and all of us are so different. So me eating one thing is a little bit different. I feel like on some things we can tell you, but just listen to your body. When your body is telling you that you are satisfied and not stuffed, not to the point where you're sick and you can't breathe, because I've done that many, many times, you know for your body where it is that you're satisfied. And that is what portion control is. It's not going overboard, eating so many that you're physically sick, that you can't stop because it's so delicious. Just listen to your body and listen until you know that your body is, does that make sense? But yes, this would be about my portion size. About this. How am I gonna wait for dinner? When I do these, I wanna eat them now. Anyways, love you guys. Have a wonderful day.